and eating! So the film that we'll be reviewing today is
Amélie Clone.
In French it's called Les Fabuleux Destins d'Amélie. Blah 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 blah. So
It is a French film by Jean-Pierre Jeunet,
released
released in 2001, starring Amélie and Mathieu.
Kazowitz.
Yes.
The screenplay is by Guillaume Leron. Now for a brief summary. Amélie is a French romantic comedy. It tells the story of 24 years old eccentric Amélie and a journey to find her own happiness while helping others to find their own happiness as well. So what do we have to say about this film is that it is not your average romantic
Comedy.
Besides having a love story, it includes a few very nice elements like it is a very whimsical theme. Mise-en-scène. So what is mise-en-scène?
Mise-en-scène is that everything that can be seen in the movie, for example, location, set design, their costume, makeup,
Location and set design. It was shot in Paris, the city of love
and romantic.
So, okay, basically it was not shot in Paris per se, it is shot in the outskirts of Paris, Montmartre. It is a town with very pretty buildings. It has a lot of texture to the buildings. There's also this church called Basilica. Yes, Basilica. It is known as the heart of Paris. Everything just looks very romantic. It just pretty much suits the storyline of this story.
Yeah, even the haunted houses just look nice.
Set design.
Set design. Yeah, set design is so nice.
Yeah, it's like wow.
Everything is well designed.
Neatly designed. A lot after watching the film, we realize that a lot of thought has been put into each location, each set. What do we say? So, for example, in the landlord lady's house, there are a lot of things going on in the background. There are a lot of duck sculptures, a lot of knickknacks. There's a lot of knickknacks in her home. And not only that, in the cafe where Amélie worked also, because it's a cafe, they're supposed to have all the props that you see in the cafe. Everything just looks nicely arranged, but it still looks nice. Even though it is purposely arranged to the extent
it looks so natural
and nice. Patterns and textures can be seen everywhere in this film. Probably to highlight the whimsicalness of this film, because this film is, as we have mentioned earlier, it's not a typical romantic comedy. I think set design plays a very huge role in pushing and highlighting the theme of the film. Colors and lighting. Basically, the whole lighting of this film is warm, yeah, and they look very natural. But we're gonna assume that it is 3-point lighting because everything just looks nicely lighted. It doesn't look like there's not much shadow can be seen. And the only time we see low contrast with shadow is when Amélie is sneaking around her father's home when she tried to steal his other piece. Other than that, everything is naturally lit. There's very minimal shadow. The whole film is very colorful. You can see a lot of colors and stuff going on. Most of the colors can be seen in the film except for the color blue. It appears like once or twice and stuff.
Most of the color that can be seen is red color and green color.
Red and green, and which is
brown color,
yellow color, basically very earthy colors. And the color scheme that has been used by Jean-Pierre Jeunet is complementary color. Complementary color is used to show conflict within the characters. Like for example, this scene where Amélie is wearing a red dress and her whole background is green color.
Yeah, she's through
the stones. This is to show that maybe she's conflicted with herself, but she doesn't really know what she wants to do in her life. So it's costume. Okay, costume.
So as we can see in the film, the characters, even the main characters and the extras, their costumes are all patterns.
If they aren't patterns, yeah, texture,
polka stripes,
floral prints.
Yes. But there is no plain shirt like this.
There's no plain shirt. We think that the patterns and texture in every costume that everyone is wearing is to show each character has their own quirkiness and their own idiosyncrasies. Jean-Pierre Jeunet has distinguished the main character from the minor characters is that Amélie most of the time can be seen wearing brighter color
compared to the other characters.
Staging and acting. Acting is very important in the show because if the actor cannot bring out the character, the film is dead. So we want to give a round of applause to Audrey Tautou for playing Amélie so well, very well. Especially her eyes. The first shot where we see Amélie in the cafe, the zoom in.
Yes. When she turned around,
you are mesmerized by her eyes. Wow, how big eyes! I'm so jealous. Because Amélie is this weird, quirky, innocent character with a lot of weird idiosyncrasies, and the whole look of Audrey fits this character which is why Jean-Pierre has picked her to play Amélie. The other minor characters such as Mathieu Kazowitz, who played the guy whom Amélie falls in love with, he has his own weird idiosyncrasies. Even though we hardly see him, but he plays off the weird blur boy quite well. And other characters, they play their weirdness and quirkiness very well.
So my personal impression, everything in this movie is just so nice, so nice.
Because besides the love story, it has stories like finding yourself, to find your own happiness and helping other people, even though once more can make people happy. So we also think that the idiosyncrasies incorporated by Jean is to show that no one is perfect in this world, and it's okay to be a little bit weird because somewhere out there is gonna be another weirdo just for you.
Yeah.
So I think that's all for this week.
We'll be reviewing German film next week.
Bye.
See you next week.
So awkward.